Hello everyone, in the last video we connected our Claude Desktop to IntelliJ IDE and file system. In today's video, moving forward, we're going to create a Spring Boot MCP server with Spring AI and add it as another MCP server in our Claude Desktop. Alright, let's not waste any time, let's jump right in. First of all, let's ask our AI agent, the Claude Desktop. Can you give me the price of Bitcoin to date? So unfortunately, it's not possible at the moment. So in order to do that, we need to give it where the information is by providing our in-house Spring Boot MCP server. Okay, as usual, to start a Spring project, we're going to access start of Spring.io. Here I'm going to choose Ruby, but feel free to stick with Radar, Kotlin or Maven that you're most familiar with. Java, Spring Boot version 3.4.3, and I'll name it vn.plot. Here is Bitcoin MCP server, Java 21, and the most important thing is dependencies. Here we're going to use MCP server, Model Context Protocol server, and that's it. Let's download, unzip, and open it with your favorite IDE. Here I'm going to use my IntelliJ Ultimate. Let's take a look at the pom.xml file or build.radar file. We'll see here only one dependency, Spring AI MCP server Spring Boot starter. And that's enough for our case, standard IO server transport. So just for your information, we have two server transport types. The first type is standard IO server transport, and the second type is server send event server transport. So at the moment, standard IO server transport is enough for our use case. So it's suitable for command line and desktop tools. So we're gonna use it as by Spring AI MCP server Spring Boot starter. Here, Spring AI MCP server Spring Boot starter. Okay, now let's create a Bitcoin service client. Here I'm going to create a new class, Bitcoin service client. This class will call some public Bitcoin APIs to get the price first. Here, then. So as you can see here, we're going to use REST client. And in order to use REST client, we have to provide a web dependency. Here we're going to add Spring Web. Okay, reload Radar. And back to, now we have a REST client. So this is the basic structure for service client, right? So we base on a REST client to call REST API first. And since we are using Spring Boot, we know that there's a REST client builders auto-configured for us. So that's why we can use the builder to build our REST client. Okay, before asking Claude, let's commit it first. Here I'm going to git init, git add, git commit minus message project init. Okay, let's ask our Claude. Explore the project Bitcoin MCP server and provide the implementation for Bitcoin service client class by calling public CoinGecko APIs. The implementation should include two methods: get Bitcoin price by currency and get historical Bitcoin price. You don't need to do anything else. Okay, let's see. Okay, allowed. Okay, there's something. Let's see. Base URL. Okay, this is the API of CoinGecko. And our structure is still, being kept, right? So yeah, using a builder and our REST line here, they smart enough to know that we need to replace the empty string to the real API string. Here, get Bitcoin price by currency. It's good. They are keeping our current method from the beginning, right? Get Bitcoin price, and yes, by using code. And this one is for the default one, the USD. Okay. Okay, what's this? Get historical Bitcoin price. Okay, this one's much more complicated. Have it enough? Okay, so the implementation is enough. Then how do we test that? Okay, just do a quick stat here, and then we auto-void. Let's see, Bitcoin server client get Bitcoin price by currency, right? And USD. Let's check. Okay, and let's bring it. Okay, let's see how it's running. Okay, -1. Okay, then it's not really correct. Let's debug and let's run it again. Debug mode here. Okay, now we have Bitcoin data is okay, so it's integer, it's not double, right? So just integer. Okay, we need to change integer. Okay, integers. Okay, let's run our test again. Okay. Okay, so now we had Bitcoin price today, so this one working. Okay, let's check another one. This get historical Bitcoin price. Okay, now we'd like to use. Okay, let's use the default 7 date. Okay, and to make sure, I will debug right away, and then let's run it. Okay, 7 date. Okay, so respond. Okay, look like we don't have any problem. Let's move directly to the result. Okay, okay, for this one we don't have any problems of showing the price. Okay, that's good. Okay, just in order the implementation at the moment, we just need to know that the API is working and we have the result. That's enough. Alright, then the next thing we would like to do is to convert this method to tools. Remember, we have the miner hammer here. So these are tool MCP tools in MCP server. Then we need to convert our method to tool, right? Then, so to do that, it's pretty easy in Spring AI, especially in Spring Boot with Spring AI. So we only need to provide the tool annotation here, and that's it. So we have one tool, name, get Bitcoin, price by currency. We can also, yeah. So let's see what we have. Okay, we have name, the description, okay, the return direct here. So feel free to add the name and the description, okay. So for example, so we have, this is our second tools. So using default one, and let's see, this is the third tool. So basically in this MCP server, we are going to provide 3 tools, and in order to register both of them, we need to create a configuration class. So let's call it MCP configuration. Okay, so first of all, we need to annotate it with configuration. So this is the configuration class. And in order to register our tools, then we need to create a bin of tool callback provider. Okay, let's public tool callback provider. Okay, name. Okay, let's call it Bitcoin tool. So, and here we go into auto-void our service. So here is the Bitcoin service client. Okay, Bitcoin service client, and then we're going to return method tool callback provider, then can build it, and we add our service class here. Bitcoin service client and build. Okay. So basically by using this builder, we're going to return a tool callback provider. This one will help us to register our tools declared in the class. Okay. Bin. Okay. And that's it. The last thing we need to do is on the properties. Okay, here's properties. Here we're going to provide the MCP server name, right? Because we are building the MCP server. So MCP server name, MCP server version, and MCP server standard IO is true. Okay, so this is going to be mapped to the MCP server properties. MCP server properties. Here you see Spring AI MCP server, and we have standard IO by default is failed, so we turn it to true and have the name, version. Okay, Spring AI MCP server same versions as standard IO, and in order to use the standard IO transport type, we need to disable the web application type in here and disable Spring banner and also clear the console logging button. Okay. Okay, for example, let's say we would like to run it. Let's run it. No logged as printed, right? And reload. Then we have a log. Okay. So we see now log now Spring into the files instead of console, right? So that's why we have the last properties. Okay, so here we registered 3 tools, and okay, it's as expected. Okay, then for sure that everything is working, let's create another client test. So clients standard IO. So we have server parameters, right? This is the way we run our server, and we're connecting using the MCP client. Then we create and we initialize the MCP client, and from the client we can list all the tools that from that MCP server here. And the next thing that we are calling, calling our get Bitcoin price by currency, and we'll pass the currency here is euro. Okay, so the name here is actually the name of the method, right? Here's get Bitcoin by currency, and then we have the currency. That's it. Okay, so in order to run it, we need to create our jar file, and then let's go to clean view. Okay, and then we have lift. Okay, view lift, and then we have our jar file here. Okay, so view lift and Bitcoin MCP server. Okay, so let's run it. Okay, successful. That we see available tools here, right? Available tools is the get Bitcoin price by currency. So because we don't have a descriptions, so that's why it's using the name of the method as well as the description as well. The second one, input schema. The second tool is the get historical Bitcoin price. Okay. And the last one is get Bitcoin price, which is by default get Bitcoin price for USD, right? For dollars. Okay. And then we're going to have the Bitcoin price in USD. Actually in Europe. So we let's say Europe, right? USD. Okay. And so it's return. Okay. Okay. That's it. So we make sure that our MCP server, our jar file for MCP servers is working. And now we just need to add them to the JSON config file of Claude. Okay. So now here, then we setting developer, and then we're going to edit config. Okay, we have the Claude Desktop here, right? So let's open it. Here we're going to add MCP, our custom MCP server, Spring Boot MCP Server. Okay, so it's Bitcoin MCP Server. Okay, so we run it by your Java -jar, right? And this is the absolute path to our jar, right? So here the absolute path to the jar. Let's check it. cd build live and pwd. Okay, the absolute path Bitcoin MCP server build Bitcoin MCP server snapshot of yard. Okay, save it, and then we just need to restart our Claude. Here I'm going to quit and open Claude again. Alright, first let's check our MCP tools available. So we have like Palm file system, right? From just brand. Okay, here's from our Bitcoin MCP server. We're gonna have the get Bitcoin price tools, get Bitcoin price by currency, and get historical Bitcoin price. So this is the name, right, of the tool, and this is the descriptions. So the description can give more context to the Claude about how to use this code. Basically, here we can get the description. So something like get Bitcoin price by currency, then we can have the description. Okay, the next thing is going to check our MCP server. Here we have Bitcoin MCP servers running. Okay, and now let's ask the question from the beginning of the video again. Can you give me the price of Bitcoin to date? Okay, it's require access to the get Bitcoin price, so which is the default one, right? We return for USD. So the current price of Bitcoin is 82,000 USD. And how about in euro? So this time is get Bitcoin price by currency tools. So it's around 76 euro. And the last one is, can you give me the Bitcoin prices during last week? Okay, and then it's going to ask the get historical Bitcoin price. So here we have the Bitcoin prices in USD over the past 7 days. Alright, well, that's pretty much just for this video. I hope you got something new out of it. Thank you so much for taking your time watching this videos. And as always, see you next time. Happy coding!